Welcome to the channel. I think you're going to enjoy this one. We're going to be making some gold, unlocking new abilities, and restoring an old world currency that we'll be able to use to purchase some ancient patterns and recipes for all the various professions. To get here, Horde should take the Zeppelin from Orgrimmar to Gromgol. Once you arrive, just fly over to the dungeon entrance. Alliance can just fly over from Stormwind. In this first run, I'll be showing you various points of interest, along with the results of this same 15-minute run. I'll then be walking you through obtaining the Relics of a Fallen Empire achievement. This achievement will unlock primal bat and tiger leather skinning and the ability to get bijous, which is a currency that can be used to buy recipes, patterns, and some transmog items. Just about every mob drops loot in this instance, including the passive trolls. So if you're farming for coins and bijous to purchase recipes or transmog items, you'll likely want to kill everything. If you're more after maximizing your gold-making potential, you'll want to focus on the areas highlighted on this map. I recommend skipping all the bosses, so that you can reset all of the trash and mini-bosses. From what I can tell, the Hive Queen will only drop her honeycomb once per day. The fishing cache can also only be done once per day. All the other mini-bosses can be continually farmed. Now let's speed things up so we can get to the end to check out our results and get to the walkthrough, so we can unlock even more of ZG's gold-making potential. Most of the mini-bosses drop containers full of various things, like ore, volatile elements, fish, cooking mats, gems, BOEs, and more. Most of the mobs in the instance have a chance of dropping massive mojo, which is selling for just under 250 gold at the moment. For that reason, I recommend taking the time to farm the larger groups of lootable mobs. If you have skinning, once you've unlocked the ability to skin primal leather off of the tigers and bats, you'll want to make sure to include them in each of your runs. Stay tuned for completing the achievement required to unlock that ability. If you missed my video on how to obtain the Tuskar dinghy toy, I highly recommend checking it out, as that toy is going to be very helpful should you decide to add the river skinning loop to each of your runs. You'll be able to see why in just a few moments. A link to that video can be found down in the description. While most of the BOEs that drop in this instance are selling for low amounts, the sell rate on them are much higher than most instances I've farmed in the past. All of the mats I've been collecting have also been selling really well. Be sure to check out the guide on unlocking the secrets of Zul'gurub, as there are patterns and recipes for every profession. Even fishermen are able to get in on the action. I'll drop a link to that guide in the description below. I highly recommend looking into the new Brazier of Madness toy, which will allow you to turn bijous into ancient materials and ancient patterns for the various professions. You can read more about the toy in the linked document below. Like I mentioned earlier, the Tuskar dinghy toy is going to come in handy when running the river loop below. That toy will trigger a boat to appear under your feet anytime you enter a body of water. It basically allows you to walk on water, which is great for fishing or when fighting mobs offshore. Let's skip ahead to the end and check out our results. Over 4K in 15 minutes, which is not too bad. Now let's hop into the walkthrough for the Relics of a Fallen Empire achievement, which will allow you skinners to start gathering primal bat and primal tiger leather. This achievement will also unlock abilities that will benefit all professions. Read more in the linked document below. Here are the steps we'll need to complete here in ZG, which will end in us turning a quest into Rinwosho the Trader and Dazar'alor and Zandalar. If you try to enter ZG in normal difficulty, you'll be told that the instance can only be entered in heroic mode, so be sure to make that change before attempting to enter. So let's head over to Zanzil, in the upper left corner of the map, and kill him. You'll see here that I didn't receive any bijous, which are currency that you're going to be able to use to purchase patterns, recipes, and some transmog items from the vendor at the entrance of this dungeon. Once we complete this achievement, we'll start receiving bijous from every boss kill and from random trash mobs throughout the instance. You'll also be able to use the bijous on blood piles if you accomplish some additional tasks, which you can read about in the linked document below. Now let's head over to High Priestess Kilnara and kill her. You'll find her in the bottom of this pyramid. Head back out the way you came in, and then head over to Jindo the Godbreaker in the middle of the map. Make your way down to the south entrance of the pyramid, which will be located on the ground floor. Inside, next to the gong, you'll find the first of 2 bijous you'll need to combine to get the restored Hikari Bijou quest. Head up to the next floor and kill all 4 of the Gurubashi spirit warriors. Once you've killed the last one, head up to Jindo and knock him down to 1 hit point. This will trigger him to send us to the spirit world, where we'll be able to collect the other bijou needed for the achievement we're after. You'll find the other bijou in the same location, right next to the gong, so head down and grab it. Once you've obtained the second bijou, combine them to receive the Hikari Bijou quest, which you'll need to turn into Rin Wosho the Trader in Zandalar to receive the Relics of a Fallen Empire achievement. This quest was a little buggy for me, as it will show the turn-in location where you first entered the instance. Rin Wosho won't actually show up in that location until you've turned in the quest. It's also a bit bugged in Zandalar as well, as you won't see the turn-in location on your map. If you want to finish off Jindo, aggro one of the Gurubashi spirit warriors, and then stand on the locks on the end of each chain. Once they're broken, you'll be able to destroy the chains and kill Jindo. If your Hearthstone is up, you can skip this and head to Zandalar. You will not be able to run out of the front entrance in this spirit world you're in. But as soon as you've killed Jindo, you'll be returned to the normal world. Now let's head to Zandalar to turn in the restored Hikari Bijou quest. Like I mentioned, you won't see a turn-in location on your large map, but you'll see the turn-in location pop up on your mini-map once you're close enough. Just head over to this location marked on the map, and you'll find Rin Wosho eagerly awaiting your arrival. Now that you have the Relics of the Fallen Empire achievement, head back to ZG and enjoy some of the unlocked content. If you have skinning, you'll now be able to collect primal leather from the bats and tigers. If you have fishing, you can fish in the location I have marked on my points of interest map for a daily cache of mats and BOEs. All of the BOEs in that cache vendor for significantly more cash than the other BOEs you'll get. You can also start collecting bijous and coins, which you'll be able to use to purchase recipes, patterns, and some transmog items. Remember, check out the links in the description below for help in obtaining the dinghy toy, and for ways you can unlock even more of the secrets of ZG. As always, thanks for checking out this video. If you have any questions, concerns, or need help unlocking the portal to the port of Zandalar, Please feel free to leave those comments below. Have an amazing day.